And we're back. This week is really active, really filled with stuff. And yeah, well, we are closing in on the finale, more or less, right? So, I guess that's how it's going this week. And we are at, 1809. So as I said last time, we have, what, two more? Realistically, two more streams left, I guess. And well, yeah, we have just the few last steps left to take. And I have mostly everything already figured out, so we just have to execute the plan. Which, honestly, if it if it weren't for the performance, it would be a very easy plan. Well, I guess it still is easy, but not easy on the eyes, and not easy on the mind. But it's not all bad. Things are at least going according to plan, more or less. More or less working out. Well, yeah, we'll see if we... I assume everything that I have planned we will manage today. And then we'll see if I squeeze in more than expected. Because that's been the running theme for the past few times, that we actually manage quite a bit. But I think also today I already have the first war set up from yesterday. That's gonna be against the Lake Federation. We only need a few provinces from them, really. Plus they are weakened, so it should be a quick one. And hello, Scott, yes. Yes, so I do wonder how many frames are gonna be left over after this. Well, maybe single digits at this rate. But lack of frames won't stop me. So, Lake Federation, and yeah, I think all the armies are already in place. If I'm not mistaken, the dwarves are not helping them. Well, not that the dwarves could really help a whole lot, but at least I don't have to worry about them. So that's good. And okay, I guess we'll... Well, yeah, these armies in the north will hopefully take the provinces that we actually need from them. I'm not really planning to take a whole lot more than what we need. And then, well, this group is just gonna be the main pushers. I think we once again go for their home islands. Siege down most things there, and it should be a-okay. So, let's get that started right away. So, all of you... Time for a lot of very laggy order giving, but that's what we have to deal with. Come on now. And I guess some of them, honestly, some of you can head up north right away. Oh, Christ. Let me select the armies that I actually need, please. Okay, you guys head up to that fortress. This stack, wait, does this count as a connection? Can you get in? Okay, no, we can't get in through there. Okay, so that's gonna be a crossing. I don't have the navy here. Well... Honestly, you can just walk through here. And then who else have we left? You lads. Honestly, push already. Oh, well, you have to go all the way around. Well, okay, sure, do so. Actually, if you're going all the way around, might as well hit up this fort first. And then in the north... in the north there aren't really any... Well, I guess we have to hit up the dwarven places. Or fortifications. Otherwise 200k are just gonna stream in. Okay. I guess now we have to wait and see where their own armies actually pop up. Because how much did they... They have 750k, no manpower. I have no clue how they got themselves into that situation, but it sure is good for us. Okay, well, keep on pushing through. And we already... Okay, yeah, the first forts are already going down. Very nice. Oh, there goes some... Oh, I guess we are still working on some cores, are we? Okay, we are not quite overextended. I guess we were overextended just a while ago. This is... Right, this is all everything that we took from... what was it? From Coven Blood, right? And it's just about finishing. Yeah, getting any amount of war score against them is gonna be a pain. But, oh well, at least some of their armies are showing up. I do need to hunt those down. Because otherwise we're not gonna get any substantial amount of war score out of this. Oh, we got that. Okay, that fort fell quickly. I guess the canal is gonna take a bit longer. We did get stuck on those previously. Okay. Do we go for... I guess we have to take some of these holds, otherwise... Well, I guess at least this one is sort of blockading the pass, the mountain pass, so... And okay, what's this? You can keep walking. Yeah, I feel these guys will achieve quite a lot up there. And then... Is this... Okay, this army is getting split up, so since you're done with the fort... You know what, you guys can... Oh wait, you have... No, you still have one general at least. Oh, and okay, didn't even plan to catch anyone, but we did accidentally catch some of them, and it works out nicely for us. And are those mercenaries? Yep, those are mercenaries. go hunt down the mercenaries. Can we take this for 436? Well, maybe take a little breather. Okay, cities in the north are falling one by one. Yeah, considering that I don't plan on taking that much territory from them, I would assume that we won't have to fight them that much. Oh, and we are once again full on Diplo, huh? Well, Diplo, can we pick up technologies? Oh, we can pick up military technology. Well, sure, give me that. Field howitzers. Originally developed for siege purposes, the howitzer fired a higher angled projectile over the fortifications and into the town inside. The field howitzer, a lighter, more mobile variant, would fire an explosive shell above enemy troops. Mixed with other artillery types, it added to the effectiveness of artillery brigades. So yeah, last technology, military tactics, and the last +2 artillery fire. Which isn't that impressive anymore, but still it's basically like a 20-25% increase in artillery damage. And then I think I will just keep the Diplo banked and we will pick up the gold standard, which doesn't really do a whole lot. It's a lot of settler increase, but settlers at this point sort of don't do anything. Yeah. Why is Jadd VOD really does like sending their ships everywhere? Evidently. Okay, these armies, sure, we will also send them into the fog. Oh, there was a fort there in the fog of war. Okay, you guys also start. I need to finally discover everything that is within this fog. I could steal maps, but I don't think we need to anymore. We can just do it manually. Okay. Okay, let's actually see what will I really need from them. So okay, so they're guaranteeing Roran March. I don't need that. We will break it. They can keep their guarantee on Tarakar. It doesn't mean anything to me. And I guess I don't care about the rest, then we will just need provinces from them. Which is, I think, these, what is that, 6 provinces? I think that's everything that we need. Yeah, the Gerudian frontier. Now, I could potentially... we could potentially also take something extra, but I don't think if... I don't think we really have the luxury of thinking about additional stuff. Though I guess I could free these provinces that have the orc. I guess we could potentially take everything up to the mountains. There aren't that many provinces in here, really. Obviously there isn't much of a need for taking any of this, but I don't know, it looks a bit nicer. Plus, I guess through all of these provinces have been colonized to begin with, so it also doesn't give us any overextension or anything. So, we could maybe... do something like this. And then maybe also drop the guarantee on Tarakar. Plus, I don't know, return cores? What if we tell them to give stuff back? Where is Kragdumror itself? This serves no purpose, but it would be, I don't know, cool, funny, something like that. Why can I guess Kragdumror itself has a... This isn't really all that expensive, you know, just for the laughs. Where is Kragdumror itself? I don't know. Well, I guess we can send in one of those armies, siege Kragdumror down. Well, that place is quite miserable either way. Alright, so that's another city taken, and yeah, now we are sitting on the canals, waiting until those are sieged down, and we'll actually get into their meaty insides. Oh, This is funny. So, the Kragdumvrorians don't have a hold on Kragdumror itself anymore. Well, they have... well, that's sad for them. They just live in their minds, not even knowing anything anymore. And the way they are the... Kragdumror has the orc religion? Now that is something. Then why the hell are why are there Jadd provinces here? That doesn't make any sense. There just are some random Jadd provinces, huh? Oh, I think we finally broke through. Yep, we finally broke through the first canal. More conversions. How is the list looking? It's definitely a list, but it's, all things considered, not that long of a list. Yes, I do like the treasure fleets arriving, and they give us like 100 crowns or something. Okay, now their armies are popping out. They are sort of starting to reclaim some territory, but I don't think that overly matters. They did all suddenly appear just out of the woodwork. I don't know where they stationed their armies by default, but it's definitely not in anywhere important. Well, I guess maybe they stationed them on their front lines. Which I guess is further up north, usually. Okay, you go back and beat them up. Okay, Kragdumbror is taken. Oh, they ran? How dare you flee? Maybe, I assume we should be able to catch them. Yep, we did indeed. Okay, I think these armies can start turning around. We will maybe take their capital, but besides that, I think this is just a little bit of map exploration for my, I don't know, for myself. We'll get rid of all the terra incognita. You know what, sure, we can pick up the last level of admin tech 4 field rotation. My Secretary of State assures me that the switch to clover as a fodder crop and the addition of the turnip in a 4 field rotation will increase yields in agriculture. I am inclined to promote this idea. Yeah, a bit of a very much a nothing burger, 2% production efficiency. And now that is the last, so yeah, we only have one more Diplotech left, and that's gonna be all the technologies in the game. Done. Which I would say, maybe not quite as impactful as finishing the technologies in many other games. But, well, it's still something of an achievement. Oh shit, accidentally... Well, accidental battle? Sure, why not? We're still gonna win. Oh, and I think we took their capital. Yeah, well, I assume the artillery very much is doing its work. You get in there, you get in there. Oh, and we can pick up Diplotech, which is the gold standard. The ongoing trade deficit between Canor and Hales has caused a shortage of silver bullion in Canor and all over the world. Switching from silver coinage to gold coinage will allow new coinage to enter circulation and get trade flowing in ever greater amounts. Well, sure. And that's it. The tech page is done. We don't have to look at that anymore, period. Okay, I think those were the last... cores that we were working on. Okay, now it really just is for myself. I think we're gonna finish exploring these two provinces. And we're done with this entire undertaking. So let's already put together the piece, I guess. So we're gonna break all their guarantees. We're gonna... honestly not return... any cores. If I could have returned Krok Doom... like, if I could have given this little mountain range back to Krok Doomroar, I would have done so. But, I can't give them the actual hold, which kind of... I don't know, ruins the fun of it. So, I guess just give this to me. Give this to me. And then, well, yeah, we take that, we take the plains. I guess I could gobble up everything in these swamps. Which, I guess the answer is why not? Yeah. Why not? No, wait, is this on? I don't want to accidentally return this to someone. Just give me these. Okay, hopefully this will work out. So we take all of that, and then we can return some cores. So just I think I just want to get them out of the mountains. Sure, we will give stuff back to Tarakar, because why not? But only stuff that is in the mountains. You don't get nothing else. Mostly I just want the Lake Federation out of here. There. So we're gonna remove the Lake Federation from, well, basically from anything that isn't the Great Plains. They're gonna be restricted into this territory, and I think that's a good enough achievement against them. Eat shit. Very little fighting, all things considered. I guess I could have given these caves back to also who was it, but doesn't matter. Jadd West Serpent Spine. Well, sure. And we can core all of that for like one. Well, I guess the development here is abysmal. Okay, all the armies get somewhere back home. Is there? Oh, there. Okay, there are some grasslands here. It's not all absolutely terrible. Well, it's mostly terrible, but not just. In the mountains, sure, in the mountains. Oh shit, I forgot about... Well, okay, I forgot I wanted to explore those two provinces, oh well. Okay, all of you lads make your way out. Okay, you guys don't have orders. Well, make your way over to the west. We're gonna need you here more likely. The trading in bonuses at I'm not keeping up anymore. One moment we are trading in something, the other we're not. Troubles with the homunculi advisor? Well, if someone dislikes them, then fire them. The homunculus is doing 10 times more work. Okay, and, well, no time. I guess we wait a little bit until... And okay, Drake's Guard is... You see, the problem is, if I support Drake's Guard's independence... The thing is, I will have to fight Vern. And that is just... a bit of a pain in the ass. And not something I'm quite interested in focusing on. Well, now... Who was it that we have to strike? I guess it's... Okay, it's a bit of a... combination. So, Ungol the War... We can call Belligerate Roran March. And then Ancardia will... we still have a truce with Ancardia. I guess Ancardia can... we will hopefully just run them down, piece them out. That should be about it. So, what is it? Ungol of War has 250,000 troops. Roran March has 200k. Ancardia is up to 100k. Intriguing. Well, get some armies over. And okay, our battle fleet. Wait, I still don't have... I thought I had an admiral here. Well, maybe they died. Sure. Now, new admiral. Our transport ships are also ready. Alright, and well, I think we just get that war going. No point in waiting for too long. Well, as a matter of fact, we don't have time, so yeah, gotta get it going now. First, I guess we'll... oh, actually, that harbor is over there. Well, sure. First, use the navy to help and take... ooh, they actually have... okay, they have something of an army there. Which at least means they will have less of an army in their main territory. Okay, oh yeah, Ancardia. Also forgot about Ancardia. Ancardia does have good troops and generals. I kinda never pay too much attention to them. But they're not half bad. And well, as I say that, we just entirely wipe them. Well, maybe I spoke a bit too soon on them. Okay, and as for things in Roran March... I guess we are steadily making progress. Okay, so Ancardia again, I just need to peace out. Ungol of War, sure we'll break that alliance, why not? Peace out. Wiped out the entirety of their army in like a week. As it should be. Okay, this fort is taken. On to the next one. Oh shit. Oh well, we found. Okay, well, we found where Ungoldavor's army is. That much has been located. But pretty soon we will take both of these forts and we'll just sandwich them. So, this is gonna be a biggin, but I think I wanna just do a decisive battle. Knock them out of the war quick. The numbers are, well, relatively even, and then we have just horrible RNG rolls. Not sure now we can, I guess, try and give chase with the healthy armies. We'll see how they split up. Some other armies can recover a bit. Or continue the sieges. And okay, Roran March has gone for the tactic of abandoning their own territories and trying to siege us. Very brave. We'll see if that pays off. They do have ships, but they don't really have admirals. Anyway, I didn't even notice that one army. Now, ideally, I want to... Oh, what's this? The Jadd Peninsula has showed up with actually quite a respectable battle fleet. Huh. Well, aren't they cool bozos? Verk Pixsprocket, a city goblin of Bayvik, has recently been caught in our country. He was walking the streets using a combination of musical talents and mechanical trickery to panhandle for money. Apparently he had been doing this for quite some time, as by the time we found him he had amassed quite a collection of coins. 130,000 crowns. Well, that all goes into the void, but sure, I guess we took stuff from a money-grubbing goblin. Okay. Roran March is getting it. Damn, they do have... how many of those... Okay, so most of these are... This is basically all adventurers. Huh. Yes, well... I do wonder how they're gonna fare. Also, I will pick up these lads, ship them over to the islands. And oh yeah, the adventurers are not doing too hot. Yeah. And they were even... Oh, I didn't even notice that they were on an island. Well, they did survive. But, we'll see how much surviving that really helps them. Plus, I didn't notice we have a new batch of conversions. As well, and well, yeah, looks like fighting in Ungol the War has just come to a halt. They basically have, well, stopped trying to do anything here. Which, really, I need to start piecing people out. Oh, shit, that's... non-ideal. How the hell do we have negative terrain penalties here? I'm pretty sure we should have been on the defender's side. But, well... Sure. Well, that Ungol the War army theoretically did not get wiped out, but practically they are dead. Okay, I guess with that, let's see. I don't think I'll be able to take everything in one fell swoop. If I could piece everything out through Ungol the War, I guess I wouldn't have to pay the Diplo. But oh, I will have to capture every single province if I want to do it like this. Okay, and then Marhold. Okay, so Ungol the War itself, at least the parts that I care about, would be 130 overextension and 30% of the peace. Then I guess there would be all of Roran March, which I will likely be able to do it that way. It just means, yeah, we have to capture all the provinces. Ooh, a Damestier meteorite in Verthica. Well, it does wipe out some of the local population, but Damestier will now be produced here, and +3 local goods produced. In a flash, the sky glows as bright as midday, with blinding cyan light casting the landscape in stark shadows. As bleary eyes peer out from windows, and the first croons and caws of the morning echo out, a deafening crash splits the world asunder. Those who had simply turned from it, buried their heads in their pillows, are startled awake. The less fortunate are pummeled with shards of glass or upturned stones, clutching their bloodied ears in agony. The writhing, billowing smoke of the crater towers into the sky, still suffused with that pure cyan glow, casts in clear light the source of the uproar. Laying still in the wound it opened, like a musket's ball ripping through flesh, is a bounty beyond belief. This is a Damestier meteorite, ripe and ready as a fruit begging to be plucked from its stem. But as the people begin to comprehend the full extent of the spectacle, their attention is dragged from the ground to the skies. For this meteor fall is no singular occurrence, but part of a larger shower of meteors, sent down from the heavens by the Oracle's Eye comet, which only passes by once every 111 years, and with it comes the potential for untold riches and unimaginable dangers. Well, sure, what is this? Is this province anything? It's Highlands, I guess it was a decent province before, but now it's kind of exploded. It has a lot of trade value. 10 goods produced. Yes, I guess... Holy shit, how many furnaces do I have? Actually, we have a total goods produced efficiency of 200%. That's quite something. Yeah, I don't even want to count how many furnaces we have. Actually, how much of the world's coal production do we control? Oh, right, I guess I have to... Will I be able to fish that out in this list of trading in bonuses? Coal. We control 63%. I guess checks out, roughly. I don't know if I was expecting more or less than that. But that's okay. Okay. We wiped out the Ungol War troops on that little island. Roran Marchers did not get wiped out, but we can work on that. And then soon we'll have just everything occupied and we can piece them out. Oh, was this sponsor? No, don't ruin the temples. I don't need any more mana. Really? Roran March fleet is also about to be wiped out. Well, okay, they still ran somewhere. But I think we now hold everything. Oh, are you shitting me? This I almost did not... This counts as a separate province. This counts as a separate province. Of course it does. Of course it does. Dumb Dump these unnecessary ships. Okay, so good thing that I noticed that they still had somewhere to escape to. Oh, that's so annoying. Yeah, had I missed that, that would have been a real wrench in any plans. Oh, we sunk their flagship. Should have captured it. And, oh no, these are half-orcs. I don't care for half-orcs. Give me events for half-elves. Please. Please. Now I will... I'll have to check. Does Roran March own anything? I guess, do they have anything in... No, I don't think they have anything colonial. Oh, I hated that they make such tiny islands. Separate provinces, like they really just shouldn't be. But, well, at least I guess, since it was noticed, it shouldn't cause us any harm. We can do another... Do we currently have a... Oh no, okay, we can do a decree of conquest again. Another decree of conquest. Get our hedonism back. Divine inspiration, yeah, yes, why, of course. And okay, now we should have everything. Come on. Clicking on the tiny provinces is even more painful when the game doesn't want to run properly. It's already annoying enough, like, because if you have an army stationed on that tiny island and a fleet in the harbor, clicking anywhere there just becomes such a pain. Okay, and I think, I guess, tell me, will that be... will that be full annexation of Roran March? Okay, yes, Ungol the War will stay alive in the mountains. That doesn't concern me. Oh, no, don't. Okay, yes, this should indeed be all of Roran March. And I guess that's all we do here. 56 for 4 score. I guess can I also oh, I can't force I can't force convert them. Let's go. Let's go. And that's all I really needed. This will be 300 overextension, which is, well, that's substantial, but we are picking up like a third of SCON, and Roran March has actually decent development. So I guess actually 300 overextension, that would be something like 1500 total development picked up in that war. And we still have okay unrest reduction empire-wide. Okay, well, a bunch of people. Yes, okay, shitty. Okay, get the separatist sentiment out of my face. Oh, we actually got all the Gerudian people and all the Tivorkan people. Okay, we actually got we actually completed 2 culture groups. So what was it? That was, I think, it said Gerudian, which is, well, okay, yeah, well, yeah, they are the Dalrl and Olovish. So we got all of those. And then which one did it also mention? Now I sort of don't remember anymore. Well, I guess we can check our assimilated cultures. So Gerudian, memories of black ice. In the age of black ice, Gerudian reavers stood astride the world, conquering and colonizing as they pleased. Though those days are long since past, and our ascension far outpaces any prior, these newly conquered peoples will ensure we never forget the importance of naval power. Now, they actually give 20% naval force limit. Well, neat. Vikings do what Vikings do. And then, right, these ones, the Tivorkans we got. There are only 10 provinces of them. They consist of Tarik and Kadosik. I guess they don't have a name, they don't have a flavor text, they just give 15% global tariffs. I guess, where is their culture? Tivorkan. Where would that... This is all Hellenic. In here. Okay, this little corner. Yes, the sort of core territories. Yes, well, sad that they don't have a flavor text or anything. Looks like Jadd VOD wants a bit of development, do they? Also, I guess you can stop freezing your asses off, go to some province that has development. There we go, everyone's happy. So now, I think now we sit tight a little bit. And okay, I think it's tried to make a name here, but I guess around here, but this is... Or no, that's Tarakar. But it's sort of stretching over us. Well, yes, honestly, I could very easily just finish taking all the Serpent Spine. And honestly, if I only have the Jade Marches left in the east, and then we have Ovdal Lodum here, and then everything that like Tarakar owns, and we could just hold the entirety of the Serpent's Reach. That would be wild. Yeah, I think if I ever were to play the Jadd for a third time, I'm pretty sure I could maybe squeeze out a world conquest. Would it be painful? Definitely. But would it be doable? Yeah, I think. Even for someone like me. Okay, that was everything we took from the Lake Federation. So, now we have just Ancardia, the Northern League, and the Gnomes left. And we have 10 years, which should be plenty. Just have to wait, Just have to wait until these cores finish, because, well, 300 is slightly pushing it. Let's just say, as far as overextension goes. Okay, I guess let's assist the Colosanis a bit. They're kind of bad at dealing with their own separatists, I have to say. And okay, since the Ruby hold has been fully converted, I have a feeling we might need some extra troops up north. So I'm gonna send some over. I guess just like to deal with the separatists and everything. A lot of Coronite. Well, yeah, that was... I think that definitely was quicker than I was expecting it would. Well, then again, I wasn't expecting the Lake Federation to really hold up a whole lot, and I guess they didn't, as expected. I don't say Crack Doomroar, can I? Hey, Crack Doomroar, do you wanna like... Do you wanna like, I don't know, convert your religion or something? So I do find that you... Well... I would turn them into a vassal. If only I could. Ah yes, our ships. Our ships can go back to... I guess stay in these islands. And you should get a general. Honestly, I'm surprised that some of these armies that I drilled, the drill just isn't going down. I was expecting that with all the fighting that we're doing, it would just, well, decay quite quickly. But in the end, it's... yeah, it's just holding, even though those armies are taking massive casualties over time and such. Okay, yeah, so these cores are gonna finish in half a year. Okay, half a year at this point, start of 1812. Just all, yeah, looks like all of them are gonna finish at once. And okay, Tarakar is, or I guess who is attacking who here? Okay, well, Tarakar has 300,000 troops in these mountains. They really have enough for all that. And yeah, they are attacking Unguldavar. And I guess... is Sirenvar... Okay, no, Sirenvar isn't taking part. It's funny, but Ancardia might just be the last guys left over. And okay, well, no wonder that they seem quite good at fire. They are just very good. They are very militaristic. Look at that. Land leader fire. Land fire damage dealt 10%. 5 discipline. And then 15% land fire damage received. That's a lot. I think, yeah, actually 15% fire damage reduction. That's close to the biggest I've seen. And ooh, the funny thing. Damesteer Reactor Mega Cannon. Unlike the Spark Drive, which uses Damesteer as a catalyst to activate elemental energies, the Mega Cannon channels the dormant mana of Damesteer itself into a beam of unbelievable power. Such a blast would normally cause an explosion which would wipe out all nearby troops, ours included, so we have built a casing of magic insulating porcelain around the Mega Cannon's barrel. Porcelain alone cannot contain this weapon though. It may be able to deflect the magical components of each explosion, but the kinetic energy would shatter the porcelain if there was no other shielding. Therefore, the cannon has been surrounded in lightweight mithril, the only material capable of restraining this level of firepower, while still being mobile and usable. Finally, the entire cannon has been enchanted for greater recoil control, firepower, and mobility. With the expertise of our artificers, engineers, smiths, and artillerists, we have turned mana itself into a weapon of mass destruction. We have only been able to build one Damesteer Reactor Mega Cannon, but we do not need more than one. how can our enemies possibly face us when we can target them with something like this? Well, quite a big stick that we have. And how about we invent another big stick? Well, maybe not a big stick. Cryless Cryer device. This is monthly admin power. Well, sure. I guess the researches in the end have been a bit boring, not because there was like one or two that I actually still wanted. But we get what we get, and we don't complain. And oh, we can do a exemplary debate. Well, I think state religion is the only thing I really care about. Yeah, I think that's just that simple. Propagate state religion. No, well, sure. I don't know what the national titles even do. There we go. So we're gonna keep our extra missionary. And everything will be just fine and dandy. Stability, corruption, everything keeping up as normal. Oh, we would... I guess we would actually somewhat soon start running out of power projection. But... because I'm honestly quite surprised that we still have power projection going, because I think we haven't had rivals for the last 50 or so years. But conquered provinces from full mana is still at 80. I think we did get like 160 PP from that, even though that was God knows how long ago. Well, yeah, it must have been like half a century at this rate. Okay, what other separatists are we gonna get? Skald Skola, Bjanriki, the Remnant Fleet, the Scruffy Captain. Well, I don't say I don't care. Someone, not the one we voted for. There's an uprising in the Hardy Hole. Well... National something. Ooh, tolerance of the true faith. That's actually good. What? We have... Centaurs unassimilated themselves. I guess they... Did they convert this province? No, wait, where the hell? Ah, okay, so yes, the Great Storm converted their province. They converted their province to centaurs, so we lost that. Well, I guess, sure. Holy shit, actually, this place, the Maghargma capital province, I guess, here in the very corner, this is a provincial modifier, but it gives national manpower plus 10%, land force limit modifier plus 10%, and fort defense plus 5%. That is... I guess it's meant to be for a small nation that starts here, but that's impressive. Like, even capturing that at this point would still be quite good. And hello, Calantha. Well, just the usual PowerPoint conquest, effectively, what it is. But it's going good at least. I guess over the past few weeks I've gotten used to the horrible horrible performance, I guess. And we are actually almost... well, yeah, we're progressing good. Conquered most of actually all of Escon today. And, oh, would you look at that? So... we can even, since one of our advisors is doing a good job, we can get 2% more missionary strength. For, what is that, 6 years? 6 years. A bit of a weird number, but sure, that's gonna be useful. But yeah, we have unified Escon, most of Gerudia, I guess most of proper Gerudia, then there's only like whatever the Northern League holds. Well, yeah, I have been, I think especially this week, I have been doing like, what, streaming 3 days in a row now. And well, overall, like, the campaign has been, I guess, speeding up, as time has gone by. Well, I guess it's not literally faster, but we do manage more on, basically every day. Been busy for the past few days. Well, obviously understandable. I don't expect everyone to catch every stream or everything. I think that would be a bit much, wouldn't it? Okay, Kalasanis, could you at least... why do you only have 8 cavalry? You know, you deal with your own peasants. I'm not dealing with your peasants on top of everything. I have plenty of stuff myself to deal with. Okay, we'll get those armies ready. You get them. And do... well, good thing I have the additional stacks here. Oh, don't pop up now! Also, you know what, I think the time has come just... We'll shove all missionaries into autonomous mode. Just start working. Don't you want to bring people towards your stream? Well, I did talk about this a bit. I guess what I talked about it a bit, I think, yesterday and the day before, but, well, I guess what, I've been streaming now for a year and a half, basically, and it's, well, it is what it is, but I think it's gonna have run its course for me, most likely, so I'm not really worried about, I don't know, much anymore in the shape of, like, I don't know, spreading my name or something. And I guess, admittedly, I guess I never really focused on that very much to begin with. Which, well, maybe that was a mistake. Should have focused on that a bit more if I actually wanted to do this seriously. But, well, it is what it is. It's I do always have problems making myself do things. Discipline is one hell of a thing. Don't I have plans for future streams? Well, I was like, I had some ideas and whatnot, but mostly, I don't know, it's just less so that I don't wanna stream, but life is getting a bit more complicated as time is going on, so I just don't really think I can reasonably fit it in anymore in like the daily schedule, let's put it like that. And well, obviously that is a bit of an excuse. I could squeeze it in, obviously, somewhere. There are people that have much more packed schedules than I do, and they still manage to stream and, I don't know, have a job and kids and whatnot. I'm not like that. I'm quite, I don't know, mentally checked out. Maybe to put it like that. Oh, how are these? It would be so nice if it just put all the coring pop-ups in one window, instead of giving you 50 of them. If they literally pop up on the same day. Come on, let me select the army. Yes, thank you very much. Okay. So why don't you make your streams affiliates so you can earn from here too? Well, first of all, I don't meet all the criterias for becoming an affiliate yet. And second of all, that wouldn't really... Well, just becoming an affiliate that wouldn't really mean any income. What I could get $5 a month? Maybe. I don't know. Not exactly feasible, is it? Okay, so how are we doing? Okay, all cores are complete. Very nice. And okay, the stupid Kalasani Trading Company. How are they so bad with dealing with their own separatists? I do not understand them. They're weird like that. Let me... Oh, well, okay, the peasants are coming for our army that just landed. Isn't that perfect? Why do we keep getting and losing trading in cloves? I don't get that. There we go. That's all cleaned up. Then what can we build here? Is that the Marhold Tunnel? Yes, that's the Marhold Tunnel. Well, sure, we can bash it out. Why not? And now, okay, also, okay, yeah, Tarakar almost destroyed all Ungol of War, but they left 2 provinces for whatever reason, and now Sirenvar is going for them. Oh, how the times have changed. Once guaranteeing their independence, now getting killed by them. Such is life in the mountains. Well, why I get... It's not an easy answer to why I don't use a lot of stuff. Like, as I said, obviously, if I had really taken the streaming thing seriously, there would have been a lot of things I could have done better, a lot of things I could have done extra. I didn't. And now it's, realistically speaking, too late. And I don't know, I think I've understood I'm just most likely not cut out for it. It took me a long while to understand that, but that's the conclusion I'm arrived at. Okay, some more peasants. Oh, and the Lai Peninsula. Well, okay, the Lai Peninsula at least does have an army here, so they should deal with that, hopefully. Now then, only 3 countries left. So they still haven't allied each other. Our truce with the gnomes ends in 1 year's time. Our truce with Gaved ends in 2 months. Well, perfect. I guess the Northern League is gonna be the first one on the chopping block then. Also, since they haven't allied themselves yet, that's also perfect. How is their military doing? 300k, 200... Well, okay, they have somewhat recovered their military. But... what sort of general are you? Well then, just got... Okay, there goes the truce. Then I think we will just have to worry about... Yeah, look at all of these provinces that have religious zeal. Such a pain. I think what all of this has zeal. Yep, all of this has zeal. And then just like random hodgepodge. Okay, no, actually these ones are converting, but some other ones aren't. Well, we will deal with that in our own way. Now then, Northern League, how about one final tussle? One final great fight. Solstice. The solstice celebrations are literally pointless. Let's go to Gelkalis, because that's where one famous musician lives, who's totally not Borat. Okay, attacks from literally all fronts. And Gaved shouldn't last all too long. And the Day of the Cat, which gives us a little bit of mana. Sure. And yep, as I remember, forts are getting taken more quickly than I can follow up with new orders. Accidentally encountered an army up here. Well, and accidentally just blasted them. Oh well. This army is surprisingly... That army surprisingly had some fight in them. Sure, we'll fund the restoration for another place. Okay, Gavid is now also in full merc mode. Understandable, but I don't think it will help you. I did imagine it wouldn't give me the pop-ups for conversions anymore since it's automated, but I guess they're still gonna keep going on. Ugh. Okay, how many of Gavid's troops? Okay, that's already almost 500,000 casualties. And considering that they had 250k men, yes, where did the rest come from? Come on now, come on now. Join in as well. Oh, how's the battle going? Decent-ish, could be better. No, they did not get wiped out. Would you look at that? Though their escape paths very much are limited. Well, what more do I need to add to the conversation? As I said, I physically don't have the time anymore in my life to try and make streaming work. If I was a more disciplined person and if I don't know, if I just had a little bit of a better foothold, maybe I could still try hanging in. But I don't realistically view it that way anymore. And it's as simple as that. And yeah, I don't really want to continue the conversation anymore if that wasn't blatantly obvious enough. Okay, now how big is all of Gavid gonna end up being? Looks like 200%. Okay, yeah, 200 overextension, roughly, a little bit more. That's very much acceptable. And I guess, sure, let's just get them, bag them and tag them. We do have to deal with some of the stragglers. And core everything up. And okay, so I guess the expectation would be that the gnomes are also gonna be roughly around 200. And we have like half a year until then. Oh, and okay, that's the Hellenic people fully integrated. I guess Hellenic is mostly Gavid folk. Where the hell are they all retreating to? Okay, then I guess where do we have Hellenic? Might as well take a look at what that is. Hellenic, was it? Okay, yeah, it is alphabetical. Oh, goddamn, Hellenic is actually 10% goods produced. Reachman Proto-Industrialization. While we are spreading Surreal's light and truth across the Salahad, Bolvar, and Rahen, the Hellenic peoples were fighting for their lives against ferocious grey orcs. And more importantly, they were developing innovative new forms of manufacturing and production. Now that Surreal's light has risen above their cold shores, we should catch up on what we missed, and make sure to implement their ideas across our realm. Okay, I didn't know that I never thought of them as really industrious. And oh, we definitely haven't seen a horse race in quite a while. And I think we won't even use divination. Divination is boring. Let's go with... This is likely the last horse race we are getting. So... An Ebushuptu jockey riding a Keteratan mount. Well, that just sounds supremely like our homeland. So we are betting on white. And well, obviously all the money. Ooh, and the horse race starts. At the start of the race, no jockey can go much further than any other, but Blue seems to have a slight lead. That's not our man. In this kind of race, the okay, blah blah blah. And what's this? Green and white seem to be good at getting some advantages. Okay. While Blue's previous lead seems to have been just a fluke. Nearing the end of the race, most jockeys are still quite close. Really, this race is a close one. But then suddenly Green breaks off from the pack and recklessly charges forward. Although Green tries to use his sudden acceleration to win the race, Purple does manage to steal the victory. Close behind them, White arrives. Oh, so second. We got second place. That's respectable. Almost at the same time as Orange. And then further behind arrives in last place, Blue. Okay. Well, at least we got second place. Not the worst, is it now? Though I guess there still goes all the bet money. So now, as for the gnomes... let's see, So we're slowly churning through all the provinces as far as conversion goes, and... Okay, finally, another event for half-elves, but all of these half-elven events are just small tolerance increases. I absolutely hate this. It's an internal migration. And it's again not enough to get us too integrated. God damn, had I known, I would have started focusing on half-elves much sooner. I never expected that they would be the hurdle I would face. There's just so few of them. Plus, you don't get any missions to boost tolerance with half-elves. You just kinda have to muscle them in somehow. Okay, so how much are the gnomes? The gnomes are 39% war score cost. Which is quite... I think they have... Well, yeah, I guess being restricted to this territory, they have devved basically everything up to 30 or 40. Well, goddamn, good for them, not so good when I will need to core all of this. And hey, Walther, welcome, welcome. You are honestly arriving at a very opportune time, because, I thought we would be finishing stuff up like next stream, but it looks like we are managing the majority of work today already, evidently. Because, well, as you can see, it's quite orange. Things are looking very orange. Yeah, we don't have much left. Just now finished off the remnants of Goved. Waiting for the truce with the gnomes to run out. And also, I guess, the pores to finish, and we'll pick them up. And little old Ancardia is sitting around. And I guess I will... a bit annoying now that I will have a truce with them until 1816. I didn't actually anticipate that to be... I guess I didn't anticipate I would kill off the others so quickly. And well, yeah, as you can see, full-on religious conversion mode, as always. And at this pace, I'm not quite sure if we'll manage to finish the missions today, but it would be nice if we did. Though I guess there are quite a few provinces that need to be converted. I guess we are... I think we do manage, like... What is it, like 4 provinces every year? So the speed is quite up there. Well, I mean, like 3... We manage, like 3 provinces... No, like 4 provinces per missionary. So ends up being like 30... Roughly 30 provinces in a year. I guess it might take a few years to convert everything. Actually, now that I think about it. But yeah, I have been considering how I want to schedule things, honestly, because I guess, like, time-wise, we have today, and I think there will be one more stream, most likely, and I would think that that's gonna be the last one. We are gonna hit the end date. But I'm not quite sure when I really wanna do that, because I know I've mostly been considering to maybe squeeze it in this week, because kind of would feel weird to just have one stream left and, I don't know, like carry it over to next week or something. So I might squeeze it in tomorrow, I would think. Maybe tomorrow, yeah. Though, it depends, we'll see how much we can still manage today. Depending, like, how the pace is and everything. Also, because once we conquer the gnomes and Ancardia, it's gonna be a bit of a weird situation, because I guess I will just have to sit around for a bit and convert everything. So I don't really want to leave that for another stream either. I think problem is the game runs as fast as it possibly can anymore. I don't think I can really speed anything up anymore, per se. So, for example, like right now, we just have to chill a bit and... Actually, what are we looking at here? Some Tarakari separatists. I guess, yeah, the Gavad separatists are the big one. 270,000 of them. They're gonna pop in a few months. But yeah, otherwise, once we're... Well, yeah, the campaign is gonna be... It feels weird at this point thinking about the fact that the campaign is about to be done. Because, if I'm not mistaken, it will have ended up being roughly like a... what did it end up being? Like 130 hours, 140 hours, something like... I think it was like 140 hours worth of gameplay. Which is insane. Well, we play the waiting game. Okay, I do not like that the automatic conversion isn't doing the nicest job of stacking the missionaries so that they actually convert at the same time. One of them is a bit ahead of schedule. It's always nice if they pop up at the same time, and then at least it's easy to click them all away. Now they're a bit all over. Okay, what's our 45,000 development almost for us? I still remember making predictions that, like, I think that was like 50, 100 gameplay, like years back. I think my prediction was that we would finish around like 30 or 35,000 development. And I was thinking that that's already quite high. And now we're at 45k. And actually like 50k is maybe not even all that impossible. So that's quite something. I'll be able to one-up my friend very nicely. His high score was... Well, I guess I say high score, that wasn't really the point of it, but... He did play a Centaur game, also conquered a lot of the world, burned a lot of the world, and I think he said he ended up with like 25k, but obviously since the Centaurs are a horde, they burn a lot, so I think we mapped out that it really was like 30k for him. And you got the tapes to prove it. Hell yeah, I got the tapes to prove it. Well, admittedly, I have also made the screenshots and everything, right? Just to, like, put in a memory folder or something. Other people, they photograph other countries and places they visit. Me, I screenshot game achievements. Nerd. And okay, there we go. Overextension dealt with, which means time to go for the gnomes. Love seeing screenshots for monstrosities like this. Though I do think, like, I don't think I will post them anywhere. It is always like, oh, like, obviously, it would be something to, like, go to the Anbenar subreddit or something and make a post there, right? But I don't know, it's always like, they're nice for yourself. I guess if you know, because you know how you've achieved it and how much, well, I guess sort of work went into it. But, I know, like, oh, okay, the gnomes, actually, the gnomes have allied on Cardia. I was about to say that's a bit stupid, but actually that's perfect. Actually, that's perfect. It means I will also gobble up on Cardia right away. Well, isn't that just fantastic? Everyone go straight for them. And then on the gnomish front... start sending people in. Once they just... you also get in there. And also, where is... actually, how much of a fleet do the gnomes still have left? They still have 300 ships. Can't exactly ignore those, but I think a lot of that is light ships and the like. Oh, they do have about... okay, they have 80 actual battleships. The gnomes do have very good fighting ships. That much I am aware of. So we do want to be a bit careful about those. Come on, now let me click that away. We will have to capture all their little desperate islands. But I hope that shouldn't be too problematic. Their land army is already very soon gonna be just entirely wiped out. Which is definitely not nice for them, but, well... sorry, gnomes. Like, honestly, I like the gnomes. They're good folk. And it's a shame that we have to fight like this. But, you know, they're not our religion. And that's how that all works. Either you're with us or you're against us. No in-betweens. Okay, then these armies have to start making their way into the mountain. Oh, our commandant died. Time for another replacement. Then again, I don't know how useful they are anymore. Also, is even a commandant what we know? Well, obviously we want a commandant, obviously we want that discipline. What am I even saying? Discipline is a funny number. And I like seeing funny numbers. Now, we need to go pick up some of these troops. Now, get on those ships. Get the escort fleet ready. Let's start some naval landings. I think we have what? We have like three islands that we need to land on. I think it's 3 islands. Oh goddamn, would you look at that, the Kalasanis are trying to fight. So we have to land on Ankod. We have to land on Ankod, and then these 2 islands that we already are sitting next to. And then the gnomish capital is surrounded, that's gonna fall. First naval army has also landed. Get the transport ships into harbor, we're gonna pick them up. Okay, you clean up that. And then a few more forts. I don't even really need to capture these forts inside the mountain caves, but... well, while we still are spending time to capture the islands, might as well take the mountains, is how I see it. Two disease outbreaks in a row. Why do you have to be like that? Oh, and I have... okay, and I only now remember that Ancardia is a thing. So obviously their army escaped, and obviously they have hired 50,000 mercenaries. Yes, I have to say, they have surprisingly quick movement speed. Like, we are supposed to be real quick. Well, alright, there goes everything they had. And now, could you kindly stop recruiting random units everywhere? I know you're trying to survive, but let's be realistic, you're not surviving this one way or another. And okay, there we... oh, Christ, you stupid pop-ups. Okay, fleets, head for the last island. Solstice celebration literally doesn't matter. Sorry to say, but yeah. Yeah, the Encardians definitely must have some relatively substantial movement speed increases if they can at all outrun us. Realistically, they shouldn't have any chances, but they're doing it relatively often. Okay, but that's gonna be Uncardia dealt with. These forts are also taken, so I guess now we split our armies up inside the mountains. Mountain cleaning, get them out of their caves, out of their holes. They're dug in deep. And holy shit, actually, okay, the Kalasani Navy plus Jadd Edraliant have shown up with a bunch of light ships, and they are fighting the main Gnomish hierarchy fleet, which doesn't even have an admiral. What are the gnomes cooking? They don't even have an admiral in their only and important fleet. What? Everything has collapsed for them, evidently. Just the government is non-existent, all the admirals got killed. No doubt how it went down. Okay, and that is soon gonna be all. Okay, yes, we have also taken this island, so our fleets are engaging. So this is just I think the biggest naval engagement that there ever has been. Now they do have some sort of an admiral here, but ours just happened. Well, actually, where the hell are they even getting an ad? Oh, I don't think they have an admiral. Also, their stats are not as impressive as I expected. Because I think the gnomes can potentially have one of the best, if not the best, navy in the game. Because while everyone else is still using, like, galleons and ships of the line, well, the gnomes casually have dreadnoughts. And as you can imagine, dreadnoughts are pretty good. Though I think that is like a special thing that they have to go for, and it's not that. I think it's actually in the mission tree. It's quite deep far down in the mission tree. And okay, there we go. Would have been nice to capture the flagship, but oh well. So now, do they still have somewhere left to run? Because did the navies survive or did they get wiped out? Please zoom. Oh no, I think they... Oh no, they did get entirely wiped out, so... I guess we'll see if this is total annexation. Time to start picking up provinces. Okay, so the gnomes, yes, as I roughly thought, the gnomes are also around 200. And yes, that would be total gnomish annexation. And then, since we also got them into this war, we will also pick up Uncardia, simply so that I don't have to worry about them later. And, okay, they add on another 80, so that's almost 300, but we can do that. We can definitely do that. Oh shit, then I see in the back. Okay, we got. You know, I kept asking for a bigger name. Evidently, the game has caught up. The name is the name is bigger. is big. The beginning. The beginning has happened. Yes. Core all of that. Now that is a lot of provinces. But that is also the entirety of Canor under our control. Which, well, that is a whole ass continent. Well, I guess subcontinent is how it legitimately is called. Oh no, actually no, it's a continent. Right, because Gerudia, Western Canor, Eskan, those are subcontinents. We actually have the entire continent. And I guess it would be nice if we can clean up of the Lodum. That would be... they're a bit of a enclave. Also, I do not like this territory, but... well, I don't think we'll be able to clean that up. But, okay, so now, who is unhappy again? Amadia. Well, we just developed them a bit. So, Christ, zooming has become also very problematic. There, take a bit of development and chill it. Okay, and we completed assimilating the Businori people. We have fully assimilated kobolds. We have fully assimilated the Eskanis. We assimilated 3 entire culture groups. Oh, and half-elves? What? There are actual half-elven provinces? What? Where was Ancardia? Oh yeah! Ancardia, there are... Farani half-elf. There is an entire one singular province with that culture. Goddamn, had I known that they have half-elves, I would have captured that a lot sooner. But oh well, so since we got 3 new groups, that's 3 new groups to read out. So one was Businori, which I guess honestly is surprising that we got the Businoris only now. They gave ship durability. When beset by stronger and more numerous peoples on all sides, the Businori identity has remained strong and unique. Their personal stubbornness is reflected in the steadiness of their ships, and we would do well to update our shipbuilding techniques to echo such designs. Businori resilience. And then we completed Eskani, which is Eskani Government Innovation. Following the chaos of the Green Tide, Eskan has seen the flourishing of new nations, and with them, it has become a hotbed of administrative innovation. While our clean conquest makes clear many of their government's flaws, we should review their systems and take the best ideas to smooth out our own bureaucracy. They do give 10% governing capacity, which is a very impactful modifier. Though sadly at this point it doesn't really matter anymore. And then we also got the kobolds, and they give attrition, honoring the trap fallen. No people knows the art of guerrilla warfare or the booby trap like the kobolds, and we paid quite the price to learn that truth during the conquest of their lands. We must ensure we study their fiendish mechanisms, so that every drop of blood they spilled is repaid tenfold in the blood of any invaders who intrude into our realm. Honestly, just like raw +1 attrition for enemies is quite good. The problem is, uniting the kobolds is quite, well yeah, problematic. So, a lot of this, I would say honestly most of this at this point is just flavor text. We're not really... the benefits are a bit too late, let's put it like that. Also, somewhere there exists one province with Anbanarian culture. So we haven't united them. I'm gonna guess that it's on some far-flung... that it's on some far-flung colonized province, most likely. Oh well, yeah, this one. Anbanarian half-elf. Oh, and this is also just half-elf culture. Once again, I am surprised... Okay, yeah, but that is literally a singular province. A singular province that has half-elven culture. Because I think no provinces at the start of the game have the half-elven culture, they only exist as minorities. But I guess as the game goes on, there is the potential of provinces becoming actually half-elven. Okay, now we... Well, I think now we... Oh, we did get... And I guess the achievements are actually Unity. Have every single race in the game integrated. Oh, so I guess capturing the capture... So as weird as that may seem, capturing provinces of a certain race, of a certain culture, does give tolerance with them. So capturing that singular half-elven province has given us just, well, we are literally the friends of everyone. And the bestest friends at that. This does also mean, well, this is kind of pointless, but yes, military doctrines. We can switch out for the army of Halan. United we stand, divided we fall. Our nation is not made up of just humans, just elves, or just orcs. It does not have just a few dwarves or a single cadre of Harimari. No, our nation is the embodiment of racial diversity and the principle that all are welcome. We combine the best traits of all the races of Halan and are, because of this, an army of all of the races of Halan. By the races of Halan and for the races of Halan. In our diversity we find unity to victory. And well, yeah, this is kind of OP. It just gives bonuses for everything, which we don't really need. Like, yeah, but you know, for the point of it, we still have to pick it up, obviously. Obviously. Well, that's just fantastic, isn't it? Also, that does confirm that even though the Mechakin are still in the list, and I was worried if they might mess something up, but I guess since they legitimately do not exist, they don't affect anything. So now it's a bit of a weird one, because realistically we have to deal with separatists. We have to finish coring the provinces we just took from the gnomes and Ancardia. But otherwise we are just pushing to convert everything in order to complete our missions. Which is a bit lame, because we could still keep fighting. And yeah, I think this is the one part I'm now unhappy about in the mission tree. Everything else kinda just worked out. But having the fact that we have to convert every single province we own, it's just, it doesn't leave absolutely any leeway. Like, we can't work with anything, so to say. It's just either yes or no, which I would very much appreciate it if there was a little bit of like, I know, some way that you can have a few provinces not be your culture. As I guess I still haven't experimented with trade companies. Like, maybe it would be possible to add the provinces to trade companies and then they wouldn't count, but I'm pretty sure that they still count as owned by us. So I don't think that would circumvent anything. Also, I'm not really sure why I'm still even thinking about advisors. Not like we really need them. Let's see. And I guess maybe I could do a little experiment with flickering candle. Well, because also the other mission that we still have for converting all of Canor, I'm pretty sure that one also specifies that all provinces, yes, the religion in the province has to be the Jadd, and this has to be true for the entire Canor continent. So adding them to trade companies wouldn't circumvent anything, which I guess it's fine. I understand that. If trade companies did work, it would be a very easy way to, I guess, cheat the system. And my assumption is that it is worded like that you have to convert every province specifically to circumvent any sort of, well, any cheesing or stuff like that. But I still think there could have been another way around it. Okay, now, do I want to try mathing this out? Well, I guess first we will deal with the separatists and then I will try to math stuff out. Okay, all the cores. The cores are gonna finish in roughly half a year. 3rd month of 1816, they're all gonna be done. So I guess up until then we just let the time pass mostly. Which honestly means we might actually just squeeze it in today. I guess there still might end up being like a few years left in the game, but I don't think there would be anything there that would be worth streaming. So it would be, it's quite potentially, it's very much possible that this could be the last one. Didn't expect that at all. But I guess we'll see, I don't want to speak too soon. Maybe something is gonna get delayed. Some Regent Court Zealots. Yes, the desynchronized conversions I do not like. I feel at some point I will switch back over to just manually converting stuff. Because hopefully, well, I don't have to listen to that many dings all the time. All the dinging is a bit much. And okay, there we go, the first. I guess these are... Yes, these are Gerudian... Not Gerudian. These are thingamabob separatists. Yes, now we are up to 152 discipline, 11 morale. Our generals are the best in the world. Everyone is a Napoleon. Also, where is... I wanted to see... Okay, well, we have actually sort of started filling up the governing capacity, but this is considering that I haven't built a single town hall in, I think, the last 30 years. So yeah, I think this was my biggest mistake during the entire campaign, not actually utilizing my governing capacity. I should... Like, the mid-game transition and the start of the snowballing could have been much easier had I properly paid attention to all that. Which I guess it wasn't really a problem of not paying attention, I would say it mostly was me miscalculating. Yeah, like miscalculating the numbers, how it would end up looking. Because per my math, we should have a lot more of our governing capacity should be taken up. Like, I don't know where, but it's like it's magically just disappearing somewhere. We are way more efficient than we should be. Which I guess is, oh no, we are better than we should be. But you know, when you're trying to calculate stuff, it can be a bit of an issue. Okay, armies are a bit... Yeah, okay, this is a big old fight. Well, yeah, they have... It's not nice that the separatists have our own... Well, yeah, the separatists literally get our own discipline. So, that's very much not nice. But it is what it is. And okay, time to... Even though this doesn't serve any purpose, time to chuck in... Chuck in some development. Oh my god, okay, looking at this menu is horrible. The frames evaporate. Well, they can't evaporate if they weren't there to begin with, I guess, is the more accurate way to look at it. There we go. Also, can I just say, this army, I think this army has been sitting on the equivalent of like Yanden Mai, or I don't know, like some what was it, Trondheim? Was like at the very north of Norway. I think it was an island. Because these 25,000 soldiers have been here for God knows how long. And they're not moving anywhere. And what the hell? The Lake Federation... The Lake Federation simply released Magarma, which is like the big ogre nation. They released them as a march. Yeah, I don't know why, but the Lake Federation is from time to time releasing some. Well, though that does mean that the Great Storm lost their home province. Well, sad for them. Okay, we got separatists. Oh wait, actually, you two can do that. You just stay out of it. These are the gnomish separatists, I'm pretty sure. Well, oh shit, more of them. Lots and lots more of them. Well, sure, you... Oh, these now are kobold separatists. I see. They also popped up in here. Oh, but the kobolds only have infantry. Well, that's very sad for them. If they have only infantry, then they can't... Well, they can't really achieve a whole lot. Okay, that is all the cores. Triggering. Or I guess most of them at least. Some of them, I guess, slightly delayed. For one reason or another. How could you stop the dooting? It's driving me insane. Okay, there, and that is the last doot about to come in. Dude, okay, that's the last dude. We have cored everything. We have cored half the goddamn world. Well, actually, at this point, I think it's more than half the world. So... So now all the separatists should die down. All the separatists should die down. And now it's kind of weird, because now we kind of just sit. Yes, time for truly exhilarating gameplay. By that I mean me doing literally nothing. Because... well, now we work on converting everything. We work on converting everything, and... now this is pod racing, yup. I guess Walter got a topic, or got a question, or got something that I can ramble about. Because, well, yeah, we can't really conquer anything else, because I have to convert what we have, which means we just kind of don't do much. Also, let's remove these missionaries. I will manually... might as well manually control them. Do I have any thoughts on especially tough starts for this game mod? Ooh, I guess I haven't looked for any, because I guess I would say I don't usually hunt for, like, super complicated starts myself. But... also, I would say Anbenar is quite... they have gone out of their way to do some, like, balancing that... I would say, like, it is more equal. Like, the starts are a bit more equalized than in standard EU4. But there definitely are options. One I would say is dwarves. Like, people tend to rave about dwarves in Anbenar. There are a lot of options. There is a huge amount of different dwarven nations that you can play. I have tried, I think, 1 or 2, and it's definitely different from the standard game. And I at least would say that they are quite hard, at least the first time around. I don't like them. I don't enjoy them, because they are, as I at least found, very hard. Mostly because they have a lot of disasters all throughout the game. So it's not even just the start which is complicated. Their entire life is complicated. Also, you can very much pick and choose what dwarves you play. Some are much easier than others. For example, there are a lot of holds which start uncolonized. But if you are a dwarven adventurer group, you can find these holds and you can colonize them. And you can start playing as that dwarven nation. And some of them are like next to the command, so you have to beat the command if you want to play as those dwarves. That's definitely hard stuff, I would say. Though I think if you like get going, the dwarven economy can be very good. Their armies are good, so you definitely can get to the point where it like pays off. And then also another one. I guess if you want to be more colonial and freedom-based, on the island of Venail, at the start of the game, there is, well, Venail. And their entire shtick is they are elves, and they really want to go back to their continent. So you go fully colonial, and you try to colonize stuff. But the thing is, a lot of the adventurer nations that spawn here are much stronger than you. I played them once and I just got utterly beaten by the New World nations. I guess not the New World nations, but the adventurer companies that spawn here, because they have a lot of military buffs mostly. And then, as far as I have read on the subreddit and so on, Venail can make a big nation in the New World. And basically, like, their entire idea is to conquer Aliantir. But then they also have a lot of negative events and a lot of disasters. It's not an easy campaign. Like, speaking from the start, it definitely didn't seem easy. Okay, quickly more missionaries. I guess those are the ones that come to mind right away. I think also up here in the north, at the start of the game, there is Orb Troll, and they are, I think, like one of two, or I think they're like one of three troll nations in the game. And they also have a very hard life because no one likes them, everyone basically hates them. And you have to sort of try and conquer the north. Also, a little bit of an interruption. I guess some research finished. Crierless Crier device. The ancient institution of the town crier has long been a crucial method for news, information, and official decrees to easily proliferate across the countryside. It's a great system, but it has some big problems. Criers are difficult to organize and can distort information in the retelling. Fortunately, through the power of artifice, we have become able to remove the living element of the system and replace it with large portable machines, capable of artificially recording and reproducing sounds. We're sure you'll agree the sudden unemployment of the criers is a small price to pay in the name of progress. Now, that's a bit of a basic and lame one. And I doubt we will manage to invent anything more, but, well, we sure can get started. Rune Thought Network. Oh, so basically AIs. We're making AIs now. Well, sure, start researching that. Why not? But yeah, I guess, anything else? I think those, like, yeah, trolls. Already forgot. Yeah, like trolls, Venail, any of the dwarves. Those would be some of the first that come to mind. And I think those get mentioned quite often. I don't think dwarves will get mentioned as far as complicated playthroughs, but I would definitely put them there in the list. Then I think anything that has to deal with the command right away at the start of the game. I think that has potential to be hard. Like, there are a lot of tiny nations in Hades, and the Harim Raj, those have potential. Yeah, and then obviously there is the New World, but I'm not quite sure how much of anything in the New World qualifies for tough start. So obviously there are natives, there are some tiny natives mostly around the circle, and I think they have a tough time because obviously, just as always, they have to deal with colonial powers, and that's never easy. But I don't think they have that many mission trees currently. I think maybe some of them had like some missions, but you don't hear about them often because, just as in base EU4, playing native nations, it's a bit of a why are you torturing yourself kind of situation. And okay, how about we do some try and do some calculations at least. How long is this gonna take? So I did the math once, and it's what? It's like It's like 15 per page. What was it? 5... 10... Okay, yeah, it's 15 per page. For the mod. Okay, so that's 30. That's 45. 60. Okay, we have like 70 provinces that need converting. If we're doing that with 8 missionaries, so each missionary has to manage 9 provinces, let's say. They do it in 3 months. Okay, 3 to 4 months. Well, okay, 3 to 4 months they do it. So... that's what, that's like 3 years? I guess like it's like somewhere between 2.5 and 3 years. So basically, okay, actually that's basically until the end of the campaign. And oh, Hull York has been repaired. Well, isn't that cool? Which does mean, now this is... Well, this is a bit of an annoying situation because, okay, let's see. Can I speed anything up? Maybe I'll have to check. Because the problem is, I don't think I can really go any faster. I think the PC is trying to run the game along as quickly as possible. Let's see, speed 3. Will things implode on speed 3? Or is this the same as speed 2? Oh, and also, well, the command is killing the Lake Federation. Oh no! Anyways. Or I guess they're killing each other. Well... How are they... Who's doing what? Well, they do have 1 million. They are attacking the command. Oh, this is now turning into an AI-only campaign. Now, they have twice the army of the command, but if we remember things correctly, the command shredded them previously when they also had double the advantage. Okay, I think speed 2 and speed 3 do seem to be literally the... Are they the same? It's... Okay, no, I think speed 3 is actually a little bit quicker. I don't think I dare go any faster. Otherwise, stuff's just gonna explode on me. Yeah, a bit of a shame that I didn't manage to, so to say, clean anything up in Sarhall. I had some plans here, but I guess we just... I don't know. I guess at one point, I did sort of... No, I very much just didn't plan on conquering all of Canor. That has to be said. At one point, I had basically thrown in the towel, and I assumed I would just do the final missions. Not, Not like the one where we convert all of Canor. I totally did not expect that it would be feasibly doable. Also, I guess can I instead dev like my capital or something? How is Askasur doing? Sure, they can use some deving. City of World's Desire. Askasur still doesn't have a fort. Now that's criminal. But yeah, see, this was also the same situation in my first campaign with the Jadd. I just saw the requirements for the final missions, so I sort of stopped stopped trying to go for them. And then at some point it clicked that, oh, they are actually achievable, realistically. And then I had to sort of play catch-up game. Which, would have been much better if I from the start had understood what's possible and what's not possible. And I guess there the problem was coming in with like the usual just EU4 experience. It did not apply to Anbenar. Anbenar is so different, and I guess mostly just so much crazier. So much stuff is possible. That I think from now on I have to treat every campaign like that. Just if a mission requires something, the assumption has to be made that it's possible. Because obviously someone wouldn't make a mission tree that's impossible to do. Or, well, maybe they would. I think some of the some of the devs for Anbenar can be a bit, I'd say, player hating. At least definitely feels like that with some mission trees. That they just exist to punish you. Okay, you know what? I think I will put the missionaries back on autonomous. Religious zeal. Oh, well, would you look at that? We get +1 missionary strength. That's surely gonna help along a little bit. That's up to 30 missionary strength. Well, actually, yeah, it will help. Even if it's only 1%, it will help along a tiny bit. And I think I have already plugged in everything else that gives us missionary strength. That's only against heretics. And then, yeah, we have every single percentage that we can get is active. Except, I guess... Well, we could... Sure, I guess I should have... Yeah, let's enforce the... I should have picked the enforced unity of faith long ago. Yeah, this was... Because I guess we have some leftover... We have quite a bit of absolutism. So, should have spent that on some estate privileges. And then our little ships are sailing. How do the armies look? Yeah, we have 3 million fielded men, which I think well, quite a bit of that is Okay, another batch. I have a feeling that most of our generals are gonna die off as I just let time pass by. But well, it is what it is. Because yeah, I think what we have... These 150,000 soldiers have been long forgotten down here. And we have like 100k. I guess I moved everything out of Haley's. Well, I guess not out of Haley's, just away from the command. They are now positioned next to the Lake Federation. We have... Okay, yeah, like... This is what... 500,000? 400,000 men are in Sarhal. Some amount of troops also is still dispersed all throughout the New World. Yeah, I like it that my colonies are trying to expand on their own. Well, I guess good for them. I think my colonies have like around 1 million men, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, we can have a quick look. The colonies have... That's 300k, 600... 900 that... Okay, no, actually, they're up to like 1.2 million. All combined, which is very nice. Random places are still getting exemplary seats. How many seats are we actually supposed to have? The amount of seats has just been going up and up and up, and I don't even... I don't even know when it's gonna stop. And then, yeah, we do have the provinces with religious zeal. But as I said there, I'm gonna pull out some little tricks, because I'm not gonna let, 8 provinces stop me from enjoying the game, to put it simply. Okay, the list is... Okay, the list has actually massively shortened. Well, I guess time is also definitely passing. We only have a few years left. But I think this is like... 2 batches? I think this is like 2 batches total for, for converting everything. And I guess, okay, this still needs to be worked on. Yeah. Okay, no, this is actually getting converted. Yeah, this has religious zeal until 28. This has religious zeal until 27. This is until 29. I think the biggest problem I'd say I found to be was that we, I don't know, converting nations via war just didn't seem like a realistically usable thing. Because okay, this province has religious zeal until 1835. This was literally converted just before we took it. Coven Blood literally converted it, like, must have been a few... just before we captured it, basically. Yeah. But yeah, the problem with converting nations, it seemed to be that... if a nation is big enough that converting its religion would be important, it's too big. because there is a certain limit on how big a country can be for you to force your religion on it, even with the discounts that we had as the Jadd. And then if a nation is small enough that we can actually convert them, then it ends up being... well, it ends up being pointless, because they are so small that I might as well just conquer them and deal with it that way. You know, I think I'm gonna steal some maps from the Lake Federation simply to make my map look nicer. Oh, they are in 2 different provinces. Give me the Ogre Valley then. And let me also steal from the West Forbidden Plains. There we go. Now it's nice. And it looks like they... oh no, they haven't peaced out yet. Who's winning? The command is definitely winning. Okay, I think we should be... oh, we are onto our last batch of conversions. So now, once that finishes, I will have to dig up some funny stuff. No one snitch, alright. Because the console is about to come out. Little Wii console. Because otherwise... yeah, I think I would say I would have been able to avoid having these provinces with religious zeal, but as I lamented to my friend, a lot of things could have been better if it weren't for the performance, because the performance being as bad as it is, it just means I'm literally not I can't focus on a lot of things, right? Like, Conquest was just about the only thing that I was handling here at the end. So... okay, that is the last one. So, I would have liked to just remove the zeal and then convert the provinces naturally, but I guess looking at the time, we would have to we would have the time to convert them naturally anyways. To, I don't know, give something of an of a copium. And then I have to quickly throw up in Google. I did find it yesterday, but I need to find the specific wording. So where was it? I think it was down here somewhere. Yes, change religion. So, come on now, game. Now then, I will need, so, time to remember how any of this works. Let me, first I need debug mode. Where was debug mode? Okay, it was literally just no. Debug mode, right, yes. please get rid of the macro builder in the background. And now I just need to do change religion, brackets, province ID. Well, sounds easy enough. We're gonna have to spam through a few of them. So change religion. Oh wait, underscore. Need an underscore there. Religion. Okay, and then might as well. Can I? Oh, I can't copy this. Well, that I guess. Wait, I can copy it from the document. I'm slightly stupid. Okay, and then it should be square brackets. And now which of the, I think this was 954, was that the province ID? Did it work? I have no clue if it... Well, that must have been not... Which of these is... No, the province... It should be province... Religion and province. Okay, yeah, that is the province code. Well, piss. How does this work correctly? Province ID. The target country tag can be ignored. Religion can be ignored. Religion of the... Okay, let's try that with something else, I guess. Or I guess maybe it doesn't even, maybe it doesn't need the 954. Okay, yeah, there we go. It doesn't need the brackets. 6268 6278. And where the hell do we have some other stuff left? Here, 869. 869. 762. Doing black magic. And where is... What else is left over? What else is left over? Giants Mans, Karhat Sedevik. Okay, all of that should be... Oh, right, okay. The islands, this place, and one more province, God knows where. What the hell? I actually have no clue what else hasn't been converted. Oh, don't tell me it's this tiny-ass island. Yes, it's that tiny. This tiny piece of shit, I think, has a stripe on it. So what is your ID? 993. Okay, then we have 985 and hopefully lastly 717. Oh, the missions pop up. Yes. Yes. Well, that's gonna be... So, we had... How many instances of cheating did we have in the entire campaign? Was it 3? 4? I think it was like... I think it was 3. There definitely was cheating involved for... Well, then again, I guess I think that was only reloading... Well, I guess reloading saves does count as cheating for the purposes of this. I think there was for the air, so that we have magic. Then I think there was a little bit when fighting the command for the very first time. And I guess now it has been a very long while, But yes, religious zeal is just a giant pain in the ass, what can I say? Well, okay, so first we have One Bright God, which is for converting all of Canor. The Canorians spent millennia believing in dead gods. Even when one of those deaths was made too obvious to ignore, they turned to a heroine, ignoring the reality of her corpse. In recent years, they even began to pray to a box. A box! Thankfully, the days of having to worry about those absurdities are gone. Surael is the only god who survived the Day of Ashen Skies, and all Canor now recognizes that truth. He is one god, indivisible, bright in the heavens and in all our hearts. Now, the 50% reduction for war score cost versus other religions is actually wild. Plus, it would be another missionary. If you continue playing, then this is a really good bonus. War of the Perpetual Sun 4. But now we get to the real cream of the crop. So, now, Surael's Binding Light. This doesn't have a lot of flavor text to it, and this is the mission that we were stuck on for, I guess, what, like 60 or 70 years. To ensure that our burgeoning state is never pulled apart, we must ensure every citizen and every piece of our bureaucracy recognizes a fundamental truth. Everyone is equal under Surael's light, and everyone has a purpose within it. No region is more important than another, no race more worthy than another. That is the light that will bind us together, from the lowliest farmer to the herald themselves. Well, yeah, this gives a lot of mana and whatnot, and, well, we can change our capital, which I guess it would be only... Well, it would be only correct to finish things where it all started. The Mountain of Clear Sight. Let's go back to Ebushuptu. Because why not? The origin of everything. Now let me zoom out for the most grand... So prepare yourselves for a lot of reading incoming. Because, you know, Walther, if you thought there's been a lot of flavor text up until now, oh, you don't know half of it. Because now we have The Sun Never Sets. Requirements for this are, I would say, very easy. The first time I played, I shit myself when I saw the total development at least 20,000. And now, playing for the second time, I have it twice over. So, it's, yeah, much easier than I first thought. And there we go, and this will be, well, The Sun Never Sets. Any soul that has embraced the Jadd is forever enfolded by Surael's light. But now, the same is true of the earth on which we stride. Before his evening rays leave the spines of Anbenkost, his morning beams have already shone 3 hours on Tianlo, and while sinking into the waters of Uelos's lament, his eyes open upon the Karunyana. Now, I hope that I will not... I hope I will pronounce at least something correctly, because we are about to get like 5 pages worth of reading. So, the Eternal Sun, 1. This brings us over to Tianlo, in the far east. I will try my best to zoom as much as possible. The far eastern territories. What does Surael see when he looks down upon the world he blessed? When he surveys those devoted to his purpose? Come, let us follow his glorious eyes as it proceeds across the sky. Right out of the Insia mists, the first to greet it are the wailers of Phaeton's air balloons, and even the most uneducated and gruff among them intones the morning prayers as they reel their harpoons back in. But we should quickly move on. Soon those wisps of cloth and fire in the sky are dwarfed by the rising spires of Tianlo. In the once capital of once Yanshen, now yet another shining jewel amidst the Jadd Empire's crown. Hundreds of thousands of souls rise in song, and mumbled words to greet it. From a eunuch bureaucrat, pausing amidst fervid calculations on the latest census, to a pilgrim from Eka, who has crossed almost half the world to pray at the Sunrise Temple, to a trader fishing their delivery of Canorian wine. Whatever the language, the message is the same. Thank Surel, who gives us light, for another day in which we pursue his purpose and serve his cause. The sun rises in the sky as it crosses Hades, and in its growing glory you can see how it supplies the energy needed to support vast rice paddies and even vaster jungles. The sun monks of the Shia salute it in their sparring. The sun-elven blood of Araquelin's Kelino families stirs at its passage. Even the dwarves in Verkal Ozavar, deep below ground, praise it, and Surel when its rays reach the peaks of the Poko. There is no good but Surel. So Tianlo gets the Eternal Sun, which is a big old buff. Oh, there were 40 days between these pop-ups. Well, okay, so we have to speed past. Now it's 40 days until... Oh wait, estate privileges? What do you mean? Well, also Festival of Surel and Jadwell at the best possible time, right? Sure, throw the biggest one possible, I guess. So there are gonna be 5 of these texts. If I remember correctly, at least. I think there are 5. And the first is about the Far East, about Tianlo. And I think the next one focuses on Denijasar and the Raj area, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. Get the other pop-up out of the way. The Eternal Sun 2. The sun shines on. None of Hales' cities greet Surel's radiance quite like Aistralair does. A massive metropolis, unique in all of Halan. The millions of souls that call its great palaces, its vast slums, the varied abodes of the Quarter of the Sun's home. Watch them as they all turn their hearts towards him and his sun in the sky above. On the Golden Amban, the administrator in charge of the next Divine Symposium imagines how it shall light up the herald, when next Elazar I calls all to order, amidst the school of radiant wisdom. 2 scholars, in fierce debate, pause the intellectual vitriol they are hurling at each other. All in the name of better understanding Surel's truth, of course, and join together in the prayers that are due to him. Faster now, as we cross into Rachen, watch as it lights up Srayen, and how one small pocket thereof remains enshadowed. Watch as it illuminates Tungayasa, renewing its oracle's connection to Surel. Watch as it reaches every place of Denijasar in turn, and then those along the Denbasana beyond, adding a transcendent glory to complement their inherent majesty. And Jadar is his prophet. Now, the Eternal Sun 3. The sun shines on. Finally, it reaches Ebushuptu, the mountain of clear sight, or perhaps it is better said, it returns to Ebushuptu. For although Surel has protected the planet for millennia, it is here, and here alone, that he revealed his truth to Jadar. Can you picture it? One desert elf, unsure of his past, unsure of his future, standing atop a vast mountain, lit up and enlightened. Now look, thousands of pilgrims climb the mountain each hour, braving Surael's scorching desert heat to place their feet or paws where Jaddar once stood. And although all know what Jaddar learned atop this mountain, we will be forever left to wonder whether he could have pictured this, the vast empire his Jaddari have now become. Let us imagine he joins us in spirit now, as we follow the sun to the target of his first conquests, Bolvar. Begin with Askasur, size of this first great temple, site of his first great temple to Surael, that inspires and renews our faith every day. See the toiling gnolls, who work as pilgrim guiders and caravan guards. Then look at what was once Sarient, and recall Jaddar's fury at their arrogant demands as he recovered from his wounds in slaying the Devourer of Suns, and mark how Jaddenzar surpasses the old city in every respect. You can imagine, undoubtedly, the quiet pride Jaddar would take in every soldier resting from their duties within the Suraelic barracks, every officer studying his old campaigns, and the Empire's more recent ones, in the Jaddenzar Academy, and every fiercely vigilant guard atop the Herald's Wall, even as they know the entire continent follows the light of Surael and his herald. Much has changed since Jaddar called the dispersed Desert Legion together, with a vision in his mind and the claim of his blood, but little has been forgotten. His truth is the Jadd. The sun still shines on. But Jaddar did not stop at Jaddenzar, and neither shall we. Follow the sun as its light sparkles on the mighty Suran and the golden highway beside it. As we reach Bolvar, note the way the light is reflected differently in the granite of the old temples, which date to the first days of Suraelic worship, and the newer marble shrines found by the wealth of Brasan. Note as well how all are constantly filled by legions of the devoted. Let us join the sun as it beats down upon a dhow pulling out of Brasan, sailing the sun's sea, arriving finally at Port Jaher. And do spare a moment to wonder about that old conqueror, how he would feel to see his old empire now infinitely surpassed. But for just a single moment, as the sun covers Canor, the Jadd Empire's glory comes fully into focus. Anbanar, which has always meant unity, despite its fractious and fractured reality, now finally understands its own name. Hear the bells of Tellum ring to mark its passage, and if you're feeling brave, follow as the light pours into countless artificer laboratories, where Surael's purpose is pursued in directions not representable by any heretofore known geometry. At least, these Surael enlightened souls have stopped obsessing over a box, which shall shine on all Halan forevermore. And then, I guess no, will there still be the Eternal Sun 5. Oh, there still is the Eternal Sun 6. Okay, so there's more. The sun shines on. Across the Dameshead now, and do not be distracted by the wealth that pours into it, as all of it shall ultimately serve to further the glory of Surael. It is more permissible to be distracted by the Tower of Adrail and the monumental buildings of Anbenkost, which seem to almost scrape the sun as it passes over them. But never imagine those that reside within these skyscrapers actually draw closer to Surael. To ascend to him requires service in his crusade, not simply rising above the land. You may have expected this next vision, as you spotted their wine bottles refreshing Salahad wanderers and spurring Raheni philosophers to new heights, but nothing can quite prepare you to see the vast vineyards of Rubenaire and Laurentaine. If you look closely at leaf and grape, you might imagine you can see the process that distills Sorel's light into drinks that embody his own warmth, and guide every soul towards his work. And then I think we're about to have the last one. The Eternal Sun 6. We near the end of our journey now, but do not fear. Sorel's light is never ending. We are left with one last reminder of this, as the sun turns orange-red and reaches the Sunset Temple at Venail. Think back to those elves of yore, the fear and uncertainty that lay before them even after Munas spied this isle, and know that Sorel, and Sorel alone, was with them, guiding them, shaping them, just as he guides and shapes us. We must leave the sun as it reaches the apex of beauty, even at the moment it descends to its nadir, plunging into the sea. But fear not, it shines bright and alliant here beyond, as souls there too worship Sorel with the fervor he deserves. And from this temporary darkness comes eternal light. Already the sun rises again above Hades, beginning this voyage of beauty and wonder anew. And so this pattern shall repeat, with every sunrise and every sunset, for every soul and every heart in the Jadd Empire eternally, forever and ever and ever. The sun shall never set on the Jadd Empire. Praise the sun! This gives us Rezan Shared until the end of the game, which is like 1 year away. Which is actually, damn, this is much better than I remember it being. Admin efficiency 10%, wild. But yes, praise the sun, and this shall be the end of one hell of a journey, shall I say. I guess what, one last glance over of everything. So I guess in the east, I'd say the east is mostly as I was hoping it to shape out. My only regret is we didn't manage to get the Jade March. They are sort of an enclave. Jadd Ardemia turned out quite nice, we at least got everything here. Sarhal, I guess, ended up being a bit of a mess, didn't quite... I guess I was hoping to, like, get Kulgyash, Negafama, Binvarji, but, I guess we just didn't really get the chance or the time. Some little specks are left over in the middle Dvarovar, I guess what, Greedy Grin is still alive, of the Lodhum. Though, like, theoretically, we have 1 year of playtime, I think, still left, so theoretically I could still clean them up if I really wanted to, but yeah. We obviously got all of Canor, and crazy to think about the fact that I could have gotten all of the Serpent Reach as well. Just like a few disparate nations, and then I guess Tarakar would be the only ones that have anything substantial. And then obviously, I definitely did not expect that we would have this many colonial nations. Ended up having, like, quite a few substantial ones. I guess they didn't really do much in North Alliant here, but that's its own thing. So overall... yeah, and just everything. Yeah, I guess it's problematic to look in more detail because zooming in is one hell of a problem. Let's just admire things from a distance. Let's just admire things from a distance. But well, I guess that brings it to an end. As I said, I think like 130, closer to 140 hours, I think, of combined playing and streaming time. So, thanks a lot anyone that was along on the journey. Walther, you definitely count as part of that. And, well, yeah, that's one hell of a campaign finished. I hope there was some entertainment to be found. I learned from Zero and Benar, so thank you again. Well, yes, as I said at the very beginning, I still think this must have been a crazy campaign to watch if you know nothing about Anbenar, but I guess now, well, you did definitely see every corner of the world, didn't you? We kinda worked on that, didn't we? Also, I'm happy managed to finish it before the next update comes out, so won't have to worry about anything there. And yeah. Now, I guess little bookkeeping. I guess alright, I guess I will maybe try. I will try to get these last ones uploaded. I think I haven't yet uploaded anything from today. Or like from this week, but that should be... I will either do it this evening or tomorrow. But otherwise, I'm not sure about the schedule anymore. As I have mentioned a few times, I'm not sure about streaming, period. Life is what it is. So, I don't know, at least for like a week or something, I think you can not expect me. And well, if I do decide to do something, I will put it in the schedule, but it depends. Don't want to be all doom and gloom, but it might be the last time you see me. But I don't know, we'll see how that works out or doesn't. And well, yeah, I guess that being said and done, one last thank you everyone that hung around, Walther, everyone else. And yeah, I guess praise the sun, and goodbye.